Everyone wants to be a Sigma male these days. It's become this mystical label that men slap on themselves to sound cool, mysterious, and independent. But here's the brutal truth. Most guys claiming to be Sigma males aren't. They're just lonely dudes with no direction, confusing their lack of social skills for being different. They think avoiding people automatically makes them a lone wolf. But a true Sigma male? He isn't just some guy who keeps to himself. He's a man of discipline, purpose, and unshakable principles. So before you go around calling yourself a Sigma, ask yourself, are you actually living the life of a Sigma male? Or are you just playing pretend? Because if you're doing any of these 5 things, you're fooling yourself. Reason 1, you seek validation, even in subtle ways. A Sigma male doesn't need a round of applause. He doesn't need people to acknowledge his success, his intelligence, or his worth. He just knows who he is. But let's be honest, most men can't handle being unnoticed. They want the world to see them as different. So what do? They try to prove it. They brag about being a Sigma in online forums as if saying it makes it true. They post cryptic quotes about being misunderstood, secretly hoping someone will comment, "Wow, you're so deep." They make a big deal out of rejecting societal norms, but deep down, they still want people to admire them for it. That's not Sigma energy. A real Sigma doesn't care if people understand him. He doesn't need to be seen, heard, or validated. He's focused on his path, not on proving a point. And here's the irony. The more you seek validation, the less you'll get it. People can sense when someone is fishing for admiration, even if they do it in a cool way. Sigma males attract respect because they don't chase it. They don't move through life hoping for recognition. They move through life because they have a mission. So if you're out here waiting for someone to confirm your Sigma status, hate to break it to you, but you're not one. Reason 2, you avoid responsibility and call it freedom. A lot of men love the idea of being a Sigma male because they think it means doing whatever they want, whenever they want. No commitments, no responsibilities, no expectations. But let's get real. That's not freedom. That's avoidance. Sigma males aren't drifters. They don't wander aimlessly, dodging commitments and running from responsibilities. They are highly disciplined men who take full control of their lives. A weak man calls himself a Sigma because he refuses to work on himself. He avoids personal growth, claiming he's above self-improvement. Build something meaningful. He rejects ambition and success, calling it pointless to justify his laziness. Form deep relationships. He avoids emotional depth, pretending he doesn't need anyone, when in reality, he's just scared of vulnerability. Sigma males embrace responsibility. They take responsibility for their thoughts, their actions, and their future. If they don't like their situation, they fix it. They don't blame society, women, or bad luck. They adapt, improve, and move forward. Freedom isn't the absence of responsibility. It's having full control over your responsibilities. The reason Sigma males live life on their own terms isn't because they avoid commitments. It's because they master them. So if you think being a Sigma means dodging hard work, tough decisions, or deep relationships, you're not a Sigma. You're just running away. Reason 3, you confuse isolation with strength. A lot of guys think being a Sigma male means cutting everyone off, avoiding social interaction, and living in total solitude. But that's not strength. That's just avoidance. There's a difference between choosing solitude and hiding from the world because you're uncomfortable in it. A real Sigma male doesn't fear social interaction. He just doesn't seek it unnecessarily. He can walk into any room, hold a conversation, and leave without feeling drained or desperate for approval. His isolation is a choice, not a coping mechanism. But fake Sigmas? They avoid people because they lack confidence and don't know how to carry themselves around others. They fear judgment, so they cut people off before anyone can reject them. They mistake loneliness for independence and convince themselves that they're better off alone, even when they're miserable. A Sigma male doesn't reject socializing, he masters it. He knows how to blend in when necessary, command respect when he speaks, and disappear when he's done. But here's where most men get it wrong. If you struggle to talk to people, that's not Sigma, it's social anxiety. If you can't handle being around others, that's not Sigma, it's insecurity. If you resent people for not understanding you, that's not Sigma, it's bitterness. Sigma males aren't bitter loners. They're self-sufficient men who enjoy their own company because they've built themselves into someone worth being around. So if you're avoiding people because you lack confidence, not because you genuinely prefer solitude, then you're not a Sigma. You're just running away from personal growth. Reason 4, you are a simp over social media. Let's be real, nothing screams, "I'm not a Sigma," louder than a guy thirsting for attention on social media. If you're out here liking every post, commenting heart emojis, and sliding into DMs with desperate energy, then let me break it to you. You're not mysterious, dominant, or respected. You're just another dude in the lineup of forgettable guys trying too hard. A real Sigma male doesn't chase validation online. He's not out there begging for attention from women who don't even know he exists. He operates in silence, focusing on himself, his goals, and his life. And guess what? That's exactly why women find him intriguing. But let's talk about what a fake Sigma does on social media. Double tapping every thirst trap like his life depends on it. If you're one of those guys liking 20 photos in a row, hoping she'll notice you, she won't. She just sees you as another name in her notifications. Leaving desperate comments. "Wow, you're so gorgeous." Bro, she doesn't care. If anything, she's rolling her eyes. Sending DMs she never opens. If she hasn't replied to the first message, why are you sending 5 more? Sigma males don't chase. They let their presence be felt without forcing it. Now let's compare this with what an actual Sigma male does online. He rarely posts because he doesn't need validation. His life is happening in reality, not just through a screen. He doesn't engage in pointless interactions. If he comments, it's because he has something meaningful to say, not because he's trying to get attention. He lets people wonder about him. Women are naturally drawn to mystery. If you're always available, always replying, and always chasing, you kill the intrigue. But here's the real issue. Simping on social media isn't just about women, it's about how you carry yourself in the digital world. If you're constantly looking for likes, approval, or someone to validate you, you've already lost. A Sigma doesn't care about those things. He moves in silence, levels up in private, and lets his results speak for themselves. So if you're out here acting like a digital lapdog, throwing yourself at women who wouldn't even glance at you in real life, then you're not a Sigma male. You're just another guy lost in the algorithm of desperation. Cut it out, move with purpose, and watch how the world starts respecting you. Reason 5, you're obsessed with proving you're a Sigma male. Look, if you have to constantly tell people you're a Sigma male, newsflash, you're not one. Real Sigma males don't care about labels, and they definitely don't spend their time trying to prove anything to anyone. But you know who does? Insecure guys who think acting Sigma is a personality trait instead of a mindset. Here's what trying too hard looks like. Bragging about how much you don't care about women. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't need to say it. Forcing a lone wolf act. True Sigma males enjoy solitude, but they don't cut people off just to look mysterious. Constantly reminding everyone you're different. If you're really different, people will notice. You won't need to advertise it. A real Sigma? He just is. He doesn't have to talk about it, tweet about it, or make sure people acknowledge it. He's too focused on his own life to care whether anyone else sees him as Sigma or not. But let's be real. Guys who obsess over proving their Sigma status are usually the same ones who secretly crave validation but pretend they don't. Watch Sigma content all day, but never apply anything in real life. Think being rude or distant makes them dominant. It doesn't. It just makes them unlikable. Sigma males don't need external confirmation to be who they are. They don't care about fitting into a category because their only focus is self-mastery, independence, and living life on their terms. So if you're running around announcing that you're Sigma, arguing with people about Alpha versus Sigma, or constantly trying to prove how different you are, then you've already lost. True power doesn't come from declaring it. It comes from owning it without needing anyone else to validate you. So ask yourself, are you actually living the Sigma lifestyle, or are you just desperate for the title? So be honest with yourself. Are you actually walking the Sigma path? Or are you just another guy using the title as an excuse? If this hit home, it's time to level up. Hit subscribe and start moving like a true Sigma.